Recently, I've made a video about the best budget content creation PC build, and right now it's time to make a video about Prebuilt PCs. So I'm going to talk about the best content creation Prebuilt PCs that you can get in the market right now. I gotta tell you that these PCs are going to be expensive, and the cheapest one it's $1,099. So if you have a budget below that number, I recommend you going with the MacBook Air M1 chip. This is going to be more than enough for 1080p video editing, and my Omen 45L review was edited on a MacBook Air. So if you're going to edit live videos at 1080p, and I've even seen videos of people editing at 4K, the MacBook is going to be the right choice for you. With that being said, you will have all the links down below in the description, so let's start. With the first PC we have the Victus 15L with the i7-12700, which is going to be the most important component for a content creation PC. On a gaming PC, the GPU is more important, but here it's the CPU. And the total price for this PC it's $1,099. I know it says $1,150, but after the discount code that I will leave down below, it's going to be $1,099. And I think that it's pretty solid because it also comes with the RTX 3060, which is a great GPU for content creation and of course for gaming at 1080p. And then you get 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB of hard drive, and 500 gigs of SSD. I do recommend you upgrading the RAM to at least 32 gigs, especially with video editing softwares. Trust me, you will have a more pleasant experience. One thing to keep in mind is that this Victus is not the most upgradable PC ever, but if you don't care about upgradability down the line and changing things too much, I think that it's a great fit for $1,100 for content creation overall. With the next one, we have this Skytech Chronos from Newegg. This one is $1,530, so it's more expensive than the last one, and you get the i5-12600K. I know it's going to be a bit worse than the i7-12700K, especially at content creation, but here you get a better support with the RTX 3070, which is also way better for gaming, so you can use a 1440p monitor for this one. For the last one, you're going to be more limited, and on top of that, you get 1TB of SSD, where on the last one you get 500 gigs of SSD, so here you get more faster storage, and then you get 16 gigs of RAM and a 650 watt 80 plus cold power supply. But the main difference here is that this PC it's upgradable, you can change anything you want without an issue, and that's something to keep in mind. The last one it's an OEM system, this is a system integrator, that's why it's more expensive, but if you want something that's upgradable and also performs great for productivity work, this one it's more than enough. And it's really important for you to understand that you need a CPU that doesn't have an F included if it's from Intel, because you really want those integrated graphics that will help you out with content creation. Then for the next two, we will have more Skytech Chronos, but this time it's from their website, not from Newegg. This one it's $2,000 and it comes with the Ryzen 7 5800X, an 8-core processor. It's going to be more than enough for video editing at even 4K without an issue. Of course, you can get faster CPUs, and that's what I will talk about later, but the Ryzen 7 5800X, it's a great CPU, and on top of that you get it with a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, so the cooling system for this one is going to be better than from the last ones. Then you get a 3070 Ti, which is slightly better than the 3070 for both gaming and content creation, and you get 1TB of Gen 4 NVMe SSD, which for gaming doesn't make sense, but for transferring files, you're getting a faster SSD, and it's going to be important if you do some professional work. Same with all the Chronos, you get that from Mesh Panel, so nothing to worry about when it comes to the airflow of this PC. With the next one, we have another Chronos once again, like I said before, but this time it has the i7-12700K, just like the Victus 15L, but this time it's a system integrator, it's much more upgradable, and on top of that you get the RTX 3080 10 gigs of VRAM, which is more VRAM than any PC that I've showed you before, and that is going to be important for content creation. Then you get 32 gigs of RAM of DDR5 2x16, even though DDR5 doesn't give you a huge advantage right now. Down the line, it's probably going to be important. So here you're also getting a PC that's for the future, which is important for a gaming PC. And then you get a 3690 motherboard. It doesn't specify which model. You can also get this same exact PC from Amazon. I will leave both links down below, and for the same price, so if you want to buy from Amazon, feel free to do it. Then for $3,400 we get the ABS Legend from Newegg. Here you get the i9-12900K, which is the best CPU for productivity work on the market right now, and then you get the RTX 3080 Ti, which is slightly better than the 3080 for both gaming and content creation. And on top of that you get 32 gigs of RAM of DDR4, no problem with this. Like I said before, DDR5 doesn't give you a huge advantage, and then you get 2TB of M.2 NVMe SSD, which is really important for content creation. If you edit videos, you know that these are going to be large files, and on top of that, if you want to do some gaming, you will need at least 2TB of SSD, and that is something nice of this PC. And then you get a great case with great airflow. This PC is also upgradable, but the price it's $3,400. It's really expensive, but if you have the budget to and you want to do some heavy content creation, this PC is a great choice. And with the best PC for content creation, and I wouldn't spend more money on a PC than this, is the Prism 2 from Skytech once again. On the Skytech website, you get the i9-12900K once again. You really can't get better than this at this moment. Then you get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is better than the 240 from the last one. So it's really important that you know CPU temps is going to be better on this PC, and temps overall because the case is better as well. And then you get once again a better support for that CPU, the RTX 3090 with 24 gigs of VRAM, which is a lot. And if that was not enough, you get 32 gigs of RAM of DDR5. So here you get a PC that's going to be great as well for the future. You get a terabyte of Gen 4 NVMe SSD, and then you get a 1000 watt 80 plus gold power supply, which is enough for this build. But if you're looking for a PC for content creation, you won't need anything more than the 3090, and you can even argue that you don't need anything more than the 3070. So that was the whole list. If you found it helpful, leave a like and subscribe, but most importantly hit the bell button so you get notified when I upload this type of content. And if you're looking for the right monitor as well, I will leave you my monitor video in the top right of the screen, which is really important because you don't want to waste performance and money on a gaming monitor that is not going to be the right one for your PC, because trust me, you need the best visual experience. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.